This is WRAT, AM1700 WRAT. It's 7 o'clock on this Wednesday, September 10th, 2098. I'm Jessica Henderson. And here's what's making news in Suriston this hour. And here's our top story of the day. I'm Alison Forsyth. As we've been reminding listeners on every broadcast today, we are celebrating the first anniversary of the world's massive struggle against annihilation that was the Zulu 11 assault. We have a special retrospective report tonight from our evening show weather expert, WRAT's meteorologist David Burrell. David, remind us of how lucky we all are to have literally weathered the storm.
Yes, Alison, let's hope we never forget what the Suriston megalopolis and the Earth as a whole went through 1 year ago today. And we'll continue to be optimistic that no such weather-related cataclysmic crisis will threaten the planet again. By this time on that fateful Tuesday, our WRAT colleagues had not only reported on the causes of the Zulu 11 threat, but had stepped into the breach on behalf of all Suriston residents and the human species. At 5 p.m. on that day, WRAT field reporter Ann Kelso, with assistance from traffic reporter Rick Allen, infiltrated the operational command center of the Apostles of the Apocalypse near the top of Suriston's off-world tower. The two of them were able to assume control of the rogue satellites that were feeding energy to Zulu 11 and use those satellites to defuse the storm. Without their intervention and the valiant efforts of all WRAT staff on duty that afternoon, we might not be here today to celebrate anything. I believe I speak for not only the people of Suriston, but for people around the globe when I say we will not forget. Alison?
Not likely, David. Now, what do you have to tell us about today's weather in Suriston? I understand some unusual fluctuations have been observed this afternoon in the stability of the atmosphere. Something about an unpredictable polar jet stream and its effect on the tropopause?
In simplest terms, Alison, temperatures in some areas have seen drastic variations of up to 35 degrees over very short time frames. Between 5 and 6 a.m., the city of Melbourne in Australia went from a balmy spring-like 30 to snow, flash freeze, and wind chills in the -20s. So far, the Weather Bureau has been unable to identify the cause of these freak events, but it's as if some threshold has been reached that allows upper and lower atmospheric air that should be completely separate to mix. So far, these changes have been quite short-lived and widely scattered, but we have no way of telling whether that will continue.
David, this is Vladimir Chernakov. I understand there have been other effects of these events in addition to the temperature changes.
Yes, in some areas we have had reports of very significant fluctuations in air quality, increased amounts of ozone, nitrous oxide, and carbon dioxide, and reduced oxygen levels. As I said, it's like some threshold has been breached. The tropopause, that's the boundary between our breathable atmosphere and the ozone-rich, super dry stratosphere, seems to be jumping around. And we can't possibly know what it'll do next. Makes me think of a TV broadcast that suddenly gets hit with just enough noise. 1 second everything's fine, the next your picture just comes to pieces.
Well, let's hope it's a short-term phenomenon. How are we doing in Suriston with all this?
So far, so good. Nothing unusual in the local forecasts. A cool 34 degrees Celsius tonight, and only moderate smog. We may even see some stars.
And we all hope it stays that way. Thanks for this, David. Vlad, let's hear your good news story.
Yes, of course, Alison. I will pass this to WRAT field reporter Graciela Perez, who is on the scene. Graciela.
Just after 5 o'clock today, Eleanor Cartwright and her 2 children were shopping at the Orsanto Clothing Emporium in downtown Suriston, at Ediard and Paul. The Emporium is a 20-story megastore with express drop tubes strategically located throughout the building, but at its core they still maintain old-style elevators for people who want to travel in groups. Miss Cartwright rode the elevator with her children to the 18th, Ladies' Fashions, and had finished her shopping. She was heading back down to the 3rd and children's wear when the elevator malfunctioned, trapping her and her kids between the 8th and 7th floors. It appears the elevator's power was behaving erratically.
The family's terrifying ordeal did not stop there, Graciela.
From what we can piece together, The elevator power surged sufficiently to damage the automatic braking system. The elevator began freefall. But by that time, on-site maintenance personnel were in place. Alessandro Ruggiero recognized the danger and reacted quickly. I will let Alessandro tell you the rest.
It was like this. We were just testing the manual override to see if we could lower the elevator to the 7th floor access, open the doors by hand. Then this huge pulse hit our building entire electrical system. All the drop tubes buffered passengers just the way they were supposed to, and the other elevators simply froze where they were. But the Cartwright elevator's braking system control were fried. I see this on the panel. Emergency alarms scream at me. And I think, what can I do? There is absorption gel at the bottom of the shaft, but the impact could still kill the victims. I almost panic.
But you didn't. You saved those people. What did you do?
The drive motors were disengaged. That was why the elevator was falling free. I set the clutch to manual. I fired up motors and slowly engaged the clutch against the cables. Thanks God I was in time. The motors slowed the elevator and I watched the display that shows the elevator position. Once it hit bottom, I disengaged. The passengers were okay.
I would say that your actions are those of a hero, Alessandro. But maybe I should leave that to Miss Cartwright. Eleanor, would you like to say a few words?
Mr. Ruggiero, my family and I owe you our lives. We'll never be able to repay you, but remember that you and your family are welcome in our home anytime. And if there's ever anything we can do for you, please let us know.
So there you have it, Vlad. A hero in downtown Suriston tonight. And a family soon to be safely at home after a very close call.
Thank you, Graciela. It's good to know the people of Suriston still have the human spirit of compassion. And Mr. Ruggiero's instinctive actions certainly qualify him for public recognition as a hero of the hour. Thank you, Alessandro, from all of Suriston. Jessica?
A wonderful story indeed, Vlad. I'm Jessica Henderson, and in the skies above Suriston tonight, commuters have had more than their share of drama and chaos. It appears that in the past hour, the traffic bottlenecks at our major intersections have been totally choked, as the power surges Graciela described play havoc with the automatics, and drivers have to do the navigating on manual. Our traffic reporter Haley Klassen is watching it all unfold. Haley?
Jessica, from here on the services level, it simply looks like a boiling ant's nest, especially now the sun's set and all you can see are the lights. I'm flying over the X19, X37B downtown access interchange, and it's backed well past Metros Avenue on the X19 East, and well north of Perimeter going south on X37B. Suriston's finest are here in numbers trying to keep things moving, but there just aren't enough of them to deal with every layer. Let's hope the automatics restabilize soon.
What about the regular city traffic, Haley? Street level?
Just what you'd expect for 7 o'clock on a Wednesday, Jessica. Ground level traffic management does not seem to be affected by this glitch, so it's moving normally in most places. My advice to commuters on the main skyways, though, is don't just follow your autopilot suggestions. Steer clear of the main interchanges, and if you must travel the express stacks, get up high as fast as you can. The chaos is a little less intense at elevation. I'll keep my eyes open up here and let you know if anything new develops.
Sounds good, Haley.
And Jessica, it always seems that on the biggest nights in Suriston sports, there's some issue with traffic and transit. We go live now to our evening sports anchor, Tasha Flash Mayfield, who is gearing up for a very busy evening of major sporting events. Tasha?
Thanks, Allison. As you say, it's a night of explosive action at Suriston sporting venues, and it all gets underway in about half an hour at the Underworld Heap, where the Osaka Oblivion are here to tangle with our league-leading tail thrashers. I'll pass it over to Orson Ghost Fabian, who's on site at the Heap, taking the pulse of the arena. Ghost?
Well, Flash, I think you can hear the heartbeat of this amazing arena just as well as I. And it is both strong and healthy right now. There is anticipation in the air as the second place Oblivion bring their 14-game winning streak to a venue where the Tail Thrashers have yet to lose, beginning with their inaugural record-setting performance 1 year ago. An unbroken record the Double O are keen on smashing tonight. But with Suriston's celebrated captain Banshee in true fighting form, the Thrashers have proved unstoppable in almost every contest this season, losing only once to the lowly Exactor at Space Hub. Tonight, Oblivion bring their A-game, led by Banshee's former teammate when she was with the Frag Lords, Cataclysm. The Cat, as she's known, has shown uncanny ability to evade, having been fragged only twice in her past 11 games. So hard to pin down, in fact, that most teams have taken to avoiding her, choosing to target the remainder of the Double O squad in order to stay in the match. I do not see Banshee following that strategy here tonight.
We'll get back to you in about 20 minutes so you can broadcast game start. In the meantime, soak it all in.
If the crowd can keep it together, so can I. The teams enter the arena at 7:35. Be ready.
Still gets my blood going to hear that buzz, even after these 3 years away from the live fire tour. Banshee has truly taken Suriston's Thrashers to a new level, and I can only say to her, "Aye-ya!" Take it to them, girl. And we're not done with our sporting excitement for tonight. Over at the Warren, our odious invaders will vie tonight for a place in the championship match next week in Rome. The invaders take on Spartan Scourge at 8 o'clock, and our own Lena Lightning Smith is at the Warren to witness this historic event. Flash, it's been a year since that seemingly prescient interview Oliver Zhang did with Invaders captain Socket. As she confidently predicted, the team made a remarkable change in their fortunes once Chuck Caber and Trash Rashton were back on their feet. But Socket's stroke of genius was to recognize D-Bell's true strength and slot her in permanently for jail on defense. Overnight, the Invaders' goal became near inaccessible. In all games this season, opposing teams have scored only 5 times on Rat Tail, a tribute to the outstanding work of the defending wall. And tonight, this newly transformed powerhouse goes head-to-head against Shanghai's best, the winner to tangle with the sinister Black Mambas in the championship match this Sunday in Prague. The teams take to the pitch at 8:10, and first ball launches 8:15 sharp. Expect a battle, Tasha, and perhaps a special guest. We are looking forward to it, Lena. And by next week, we'll know if Socket truly has the gift of foresight. Just one other note on the sports front tonight, Allison, and that is the disappointing defeat suffered this afternoon by last year's World Spikeball champions, our own Suriston Maulers, in the newly reconstructed Causeway Stadium. The Miami Vagabonds seem certain to go on to win their division, and a world championship beckons. After the frustrating 4-3 loss that leaves them out of contention in the standings this year, Mauler's team captain Brash Basher had this to say to WRAT's Tom the Tank Harris.
Well, Tom, it's been a challenging season for us without the benefit of a home stadium, and I know our fans will be as grateful as we to have Causeway back in operation. We may not have won any big titles this season, but I know we have the respect of Suriston fans, and we as a team see a bright future. Come out to a game and cheer us on. You won't be disappointed.
And Brash, any comments on the way the Vagabonds won the match today?
Tom, we had 4 players sidelined due to injury going into this match. By the end of today, our on-field 11 was down to just 8. If a team wants to win by deliberately injuring their opponents, there's nothing in the Spikeball rules that says they can't do it. But we all know that in the end, it'll come back to bite them. All I can say is, good luck to them. They're going to need it.
There you have it. Not shaken or subdued, the Maulers accept this loss with grace and look forward to a more sportsmanlike game in the coming season. This is Tank Harris live at Causeway Stadium.
So Allison, we can be proud of all our sports teams in Suriston today, regardless of the outcome of tonight's matches. As to those outcomes, we'll be hearing soon enough. This is Tasha Flash Mayfield for WRIT Sports. Located in our hidden warrens far beneath the city, WRAT's squad of intrepid reporters infest the city, unseen and unlooked for. Combined with the magic of video, we are the eyes and ears of this metropolis. And we're here 24, 365. For you.
This is Crazy Henry from Crazy Henry's previously loved hovers. Over 500 vehicles in stock. You name it, we can get it. 6 months, unconditional warranty. Guaranteed crash avoidance systems starting as low as $50,000. With no money down on a 5-year term. Your next ride is waiting for you at Crazy Henry's. 37 north to the boundary, just follow the glow. Brightest light in Suisun North. You'll get a steal at Henry's. Come on down and rob us today. Yee-haw!
WRAT's field reporter Carmen Electra is in the skies above Surston this evening, experiencing the latest in modern tourism, Lux Air's Sunset Dinner Cruise. Carmen, can you give us a taste of what it's all about?
Allison, it's all about decadence up here. From the highest quality body-conforming seating to unparalleled food and drink. This massive 200-passenger hover has it all. And the scarlets and purples as the sinking sun washes over Surston's shroud of polluted air is nothing short of spectacular.
It does sound like a real moneymaker, Carmen, but I take it the price tag is correspondingly excessive.
It's certainly beyond most average Surston citizens, Allison.
Carmen, is everything all right up there? What's going on?
Something in the air. I can't breathe properly. And something else. Allison, the line is going down. Everything is in the sky going down. All around us. The vehicles falling like rain. Like one big switch turned off all the power. Heading for hard buffer. Fast. Spinning out.